Look in the mirror. That's the only person standing between where you are and where you want to be. Not your boss, not your parents, not the people who doubted you, just you. Every single day, you wake up with a choice to push yourself, to get better, to move forward, or a choice to stay where you are, to make excuses, to let life pass you by. It's you against you, and the outcome, that's on you. Too many people waste time looking around, comparing themselves to others. They see someone else winning and start thinking, why not me? They get caught up in jealousy, in envy, in distractions. But here's the truth, none of that matters. Someone else's success doesn't take away from yours. Their progress doesn't slow you down. The only thing slowing you down is you, your doubts, your fears, your unwillingness to put in the work. Success isn't about luck. It isn't about talent. It isn't about having the right connections. It's about discipline. It's about showing up every single day and putting in the work when nobody is watching. It's about holding yourself accountable when no one else will. Some people want to be great, but they don't want to sacrifice for it. They want to win, but they don't want to work. They talk about what they're going to do, but never actually do it. And then they wonder why nothing changes. If you want real change, you have to stop lying to yourself. You have to stop making excuses. You have to stop waiting for someone else to believe in you. You have to believe in you. You have to wake up every morning and remind yourself, I'm in control. I decide what happens next. I refuse to settle. I refuse to give up. I will outwork, outlast, and outgrow every version of myself that came before today. Nobody is going to come and save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. Nobody is going to wake you up early, force you to put in the hours, or push you when you feel like quitting. That's your job. That's your responsibility. You will fail. You will fall short. You will have days when you don't feel like it. That's part of the process. But the people who succeed, they push through those days. They show up anyway. They do the work especially when they don't feel like it. Excuses sound great when you're making them. They give you comfort in the moment. But long term, they steal your future. They rob you of your potential. And before you know it, years go by, and you're still stuck in the same place, wondering what went wrong. The only way to win is to fight through the resistance. To silence the voice in your head telling you that you're not good enough, not smart enough, not strong enough. That voice is a liar. That voice is trying to keep you small. That voice is the old version of you, the version you're trying to leave behind. You have everything you need to succeed. It's already inside you. But you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to keep going, even when it's hard. You have to be willing to compete against yourself every single day. Because at the end of it all, when you look back on your life, the only question that will matter is this: did I become the best version of myself? No one else can answer that for you. It's up to you to decide. Your move. There is no shortcut, no easy way, no hack that will get you where you want to be without effort. The only way forward is through discipline, consistency, and a relentless commitment to being better than you were yesterday. You see, most people quit when things get tough. They start with excitement, full of motivation, but the moment they hit resistance, they back down. They start looking for an easier path. But here's the reality. There is no easy path. If it were easy, everyone would do it. The reason success is rare is because most people aren't willing to push through discomfort, to embrace the grind, to keep going when everything in them is screaming to stop. And that's where you have the advantage, because you know something they don't. You know know that the discomfort, the struggle, the pain, it's all part of the process. It's the price you pay for greatness. Every challenge is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you won't break, that you won't give in, that you will not be defeated by temporary struggles. You have to build a mindset so strong that failure doesn't break you, it fuels you. When you fall, you don't stay down. You get back up, stronger, smarter, and more determined than ever. Because the only way you truly fail is if you quit. And quitting is not an option. Some days you won't feel like it. Some days you'll be exhausted. Some days you'll question if it's all worth it. But let me tell you something. Those are the days that matter the most. Because every time you push through when you don't feel like it, every time you show up when you could have taken the easy way out, you build mental toughness. You separate yourself from the crowd. You prove to yourself that you are different, that you are relentless, that you are built for something bigger. So stop waiting. Stop looking for permission. Stop hoping someone will come along and push you. You don't need anyone else to validate you. You don't need a pat on the back. You don't need external motivation. Everything you need is already inside you. The greatest victories in life come from winning the battle with yourself, conquering your self-doubt, silencing your excuses, showing up even when it's hard. That's where real success is built. Not in the moments of glory, but in the moments of struggle. When nobody is watching, when nobody is clapping, when it's just you and your decision to keep going. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. You get what you fight for. You get what you refuse to quit on. So wake up. Take control. Set your standard higher. And don't stop until you become the person you were meant to be. Because at the end of the day, the only competition is you. Now go. Win the battle. You can keep living the way you have been. Waiting, hesitating, making excuses. Or you can make a choice right now. A choice to step up. A choice to stop being a spectator in your own life. A choice to stop watching other people succeed while you sit back wondering when your turn will come. Your turn comes the moment you decide to take control. The moment you stop blaming your circumstances, your past, your situation. The moment you take full ownership of your life. Because here's the truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to do the work for you. And the longer you wait for someone else to push you, the further behind you'll fall. Success isn't given. It's earned. It's earned in the early mornings when you drag yourself out of bed while everyone else is still sleeping. It's earned in the late nights when you're working while everyone else is watching TV. It's earned in the moments of sacrifice when you choose to stay focused instead of chasing distractions. And don't you dare say you don't have time, because you do. You just don't want it bad enough. You have the same 24 hours as everyone else. The question is, what are you doing with them? Are you wasting them, or are you using them to build the life you want? People say they don't have time, but they have time for Netflix. They have time to scroll on social media. They have time to gossip, to party, to do things that bring them zero value. But when it comes to working on themselves, suddenly they have no time. If you want to change your life, you have to change how you spend your time. You have to change how you think. You have to change how you talk to yourself. You have to change how you show up every single day. The person you were yesterday doesn't matter. It's gone. You can't change it. But the person you are today, that's in your control. And the person you will be tomorrow depends on the choices you make right now. So what's it going to be? Are you going to stay the same? Are you going to keep repeating the same habits, the same mistakes, the same excuses? Or are you going to take control and become the person you know you are meant to be? You owe it to yourself to push past your limits. You owe it to yourself to stop playing small. You owe it to yourself to wake up every day and give everything you have. Because when it's all said and done, when you look back on your life, the only thing that will matter is this. Did you give it everything? Did you push yourself beyond what you thought was possible? Did you refuse to quit when it got hard? Did you become the best version of yourself? Or did you settle? Did you let excuses win? Did you let fear keep you from taking action? If you don't like where you are, change. If you don't like what you see in the mirror, do something about it. If you want more from life, go get it. Nobody is stopping you but you. So make a decision. Make a commitment. Draw the line today and refuse to go back to the person you were. Step up. Lock in. Be relentless. And never forget, the only competition is you. Now go prove to yourself what you're capable of. Most people go through life playing defense, reacting, waiting, hoping things will change. But winners, they play offense. They don't wait for life to hand them an opportunity. They create it. They don't sit around wishing for things to get easier. They get stronger. You want to know why most people never reach their full potential? Because they quit at the first sign of struggle. They run from difficulty. They avoid the pain. But pain is the price of progress. Discomfort is the price of growth. If you only do what's easy, you'll never get stronger. If you only do what's comfortable, you'll never level up. Every obstacle, every setback, every moment of doubt is an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are tougher than anything life throws your way. So when life hits you, what are you going to do? Are you going to break? Are you going to fold? Or are you going to stand up and fight for what you want? Because let me tell you something. Life doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't care about your feelings. It doesn't care if you're tired, if you're scared, if you don't feel like it today. It's coming at you whether you're ready or not. And you can either take control or you can let it run you over. Every single day you have a choice. A choice to be disciplined or to be lazy. A choice to take action or to make excuses. A choice to keep pushing or to give up. And every choice you make is shaping your future. If you don't like your life right now, look at your choices. Look at your habits. Look at the way you spend your time. Because your future isn't built in some distant day. It's built today, right now, in the decisions you make in this moment. And if you're still waiting for the perfect time, let me be real with you. There's no perfect time. There's no ideal moment when everything falls into place. The perfect time is the moment you decide to stop waiting and start doing. Success doesn't happen when it's convenient. It happens when you show up, no matter what. When you stay locked in, no matter how you feel. When you push through, even when you don't see immediate results. You don't need motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings fade. What you need is discipline. What you need is a mindset that says, I will do this no matter what. You think the greats felt like showing up every day? You think champions woke up every morning feeling motivated? Number. But they showed up anyway. They put in the work anyway. They kept pushing day after day because they knew that success is built in the unseen hours, when no one is watching, when no one is clapping, when no one believes in you. That's when champions are made. So what about you? Are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to outwork the old you? Are you willing to face yourself every day and refuse to settle? Because at the end of the day, that's what it's about. Not them, not the competition, not the opinions of other people. It's you versus you. And the only question that matters is this: Are you willing to fight for the person you know you can become? Because that person, they're waiting on you. And the only thing standing between where you are and where you want to be is you. Now go. Make it happen. You know, in a world obsessed with speed, convenience, and instant results, there's one truth that we can't ignore. There is no shortcut. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle, to look for the fast way, the easy route. Maybe you see others around you climbing to success quickly, but what you don't see is the years of hard work, sweat, and sacrifice behind the scenes. There's no magic pill, no fast track to greatness. We've all been there. We've all searched for a shortcut, a quicker way to reach our goals. But the reality is simple. Shortcuts don't work. They might give you a temporary boost, but they don't build lasting results. If you want to achieve something that truly matters, something that will stand the test of time, you have to put in the work. Think about the best athletes, the top entrepreneurs, the greatest musicians. Do you think they woke up one day and had it all figured out? Number. They put in countless hours, faced failures, and learned from their mistakes. They didn't take shortcuts. They took the long, hard road. And that's why they are who they are today. Every step you take, every hour you put in, every setback you face, it all counts. It's the journey that builds you. The struggle is where growth happens. And if you're willing to put in the work, to embrace the grind, you will reach places you never thought possible. But remember, you can't skip the process. There's no shortcut. So, let's stop searching for the easy way out. Let's stop wishing for things to happen without effort. Instead, let's commit to putting in the time. Let's commit to doing the work, even when it gets tough. Because, at the end of the day, the true reward is not just the destination, it's who you become along the way. There's no shortcut to success. There's no shortcut to greatness. But if you're willing to stay on the path, to push through the obstacles, you'll reach heights that others can only dream of. So, what are you waiting for? The work starts now. There's no shortcut, just the journey. And that's where the magic happens. You see, shortcuts might seem tempting. The thought of bypassing the hard work, skipping over the tough moments, sounds easy. But here's the thing. What you miss in those shortcuts is the most valuable part of the process. The lessons learned along the way. When you take the long road, you grow stronger. Each obstacle, each mistake, and each failure teaches you something that will serve you for a lifetime. And you can't learn that from shortcuts. You can't develop resilience from a quick fix. Growth is a process. It takes time. It takes persistence, and it demands patience. Think about this. A tree doesn't grow overnight. It starts from a seed, takes root, and stretches upward, one branch at a time. It faces storms, harsh winds, droughts, but over time, it becomes tall and strong. Its foundation is solid because it has been through the struggle. That's how your dreams and goals will grow too. The road is long, it's full of twists and turns. But that's where the magic happens. Success isn't about speed, it's about consistency. It's about showing up day after day, even when it seems like nothing's changing. Every small step forward is a step closer to your goal. If you're tired of waiting for results, remember that results come from the efforts you put in and day out. They don't come from wishing, they don't come from shortcuts, and they don't come from comparing your journey to someone else's. Your journey is yours alone, and you are the one who gets to shape it. So stop looking for shortcuts. Stop hoping for instant success. Start believing in the process, because the process is where your power lies. If you keep putting in the work, even when it gets hard, even when you feel like giving up, That's when you'll see the magic. The results will come, but they'll be so much sweeter because you'll know that you earned them. And when you finally look back, you won't just see where you've been, you'll see who you've become along the way. So, keep going. Don't stop. Don't settle for shortcuts. The real reward is in the journey, the long, hard road, and trust me, it's worth it. Now let's be real for a second. We've all been there wondering if there's a quicker way to get to where we want to be. But if you want real success, the kind that lasts, the kind that doesn't fade after a moment of fame or fortune, you have to embrace the grind. The grind is hard, it's relentless, and it will test you. There will be days when you'll doubt yourself, you'll question your abilities, but that's when you have to push harder. That's when you dig deep and remind yourself that every ounce of effort counts. You're building something bigger than just an outcome. You're building your character, your strength, and your legacy. The truth is, shortcuts don't build legacies. They don't create lasting change. Only commitment, perseverance, and a willingness to face adversity head-on can do that. So, every time you're tempted to take the easy way out, remember, there's no shortcut. The long road is the one that will lead you to the real transformation. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to take the easy way out? Or are you going to commit to the work? The choice is yours. But remember, greatness is forged in the fire of persistence. There's no magic formula. There's no fast track. There's just you, your vision, and the work it takes to make it happen. Your journey might be tough, but it will be worth every step. The effort you put in today will show up in your tomorrow. Keep going. Keep fighting. And never stop believing that what you're building will pay off. Because there is no shortcut. And that's the best thing about it. And here's the kicker. The hardest part isn't doing the work. It's staying in the game when it feels like no one sees you. When you're grinding away in silence, when the world is moving faster than you can keep up with, it's easy to think that maybe you've been forgotten. But remember this, progress doesn't always show up in big, flashy moments. It often shows up in the small, steady steps you take every single day. There's power in the quiet persistence. The days when no one is cheering you on, the days when success feels like it's just out of reach. That's when you need to dig deeper. That's when the real work happens. It's not the big breaks that define success. It's the consistency, the relentless push forward, no matter how slow it feels. So, take pride in the grind. Celebrate the small wins, because they add up. And remember that every ounce of sweat, every hour spent learning, every setback you face is shaping you into someone who can handle real success. No one who's ever achieved anything worthwhile has done so by avoiding the hard stuff. When you're tempted to quit, when you feel like you're stuck, remind yourself, there is no shortcut. The path to greatness is one of perseverance, passion, and grit. And that's exactly what will set you apart from everyone who took the easy route. Because the easy way only leads to temporary success. But true greatness comes from the journey, the grind, and the will to keep pushing, no matter what. So, here's the challenge. Commit to the journey. Embrace the struggle, the challenges, the obstacles that come with it. They're not roadblocks. They're the lessons that will turn you into the person who can rise above it all. The shortcuts, they might get you somewhere quick, but they'll never get you where you truly want to be. Remember, the long road is where you'll find your strength. The journey is the reward. It's easy to look around and compare yourself to others. You see people getting what seems like instant results, and it's tempting to think, why can't I just do that? But here's the truth. Those people who seem to have it all figured out, they didn't start there. What you're seeing is the product of years of hard work, mistakes, and sacrifice. They put in the work when no one was watching. They failed more times than you can count, and they didn't take shortcuts when it would have been easier. Here's the thing about shortcuts. They may get you there faster, but they won't teach you what you need to know to stay there. That's the difference. You can get a shortcut to a destination, but can you handle the pressure, the weight, the responsibility that comes with getting there too quickly? Often, we see people burn out when they don't have the foundation to support their success. True success is built on resilience, on the lessons you learn through struggle. You don't just want to reach the top, do you? You want to stay there. You want to make sure that when you achieve your goals, you can hold them, expand them, and create even more success. That's the long game. It's about building a life that you control, not just finding shortcuts that get you through the moment. And when you feel like quitting, like this journey is too long, too hard, too uncertain, remember why you started. If you want to build something that lasts, something you can be proud of, then there are no shortcuts. There's only the commitment to keep going, even when it feels impossible, even when everyone else is taking the easy way out. Because what you're building isn't just success, it's your legacy. And that's worth the wait. That's worth the hard work. That's worth every drop of sweat, every tear, and every lesson along the way. So, what are you going to do today? Are you ready to keep going? Are you ready to embrace the grind, knowing that there's no shortcut to your dreams? Because if you are, you're already ahead of the game. And trust me, the journey you're on is exactly what will make you the person who will finally achieve greatness. The truth is, the people who stand out, the ones who make it, are those who embrace the grind. They don't look for shortcuts because they understand that each step they take, no matter how small, is part of something greater. Every challenge, every failure, every setback teaches them something they need to know. The real growth happens in the struggle. It's the struggle that forges strength. It's the effort that builds the muscle, mentally, physically, and emotionally. But here's where it gets tricky. The world will always tempt you with shortcuts, quick fixes, hacks, easy routes. But deep down, you already know that the true path to success is earned. It's earned with patience, persistence, and grit. When you take shortcuts, you're cutting corners, and you're also cutting out the opportunity to grow, to learn, and to build the kind of foundation that can carry you through the tough times. The people who take the time to learn, to fail, to get better every single day are the ones who will build something that lasts. They're the ones who have the strength to weather storms because they've already weathered smaller ones. They've seen how the process works. They've been through the process. And that experience is priceless. The truth is, there's no magic formula. There's no secret blueprint for success. It's just hard work, consistency, and resilience. Every day you show up is a step closer to your dreams. Every moment you commit to the grind is another layer added to your foundation. It may not feel like it today, but trust me, every small victory compounds over time. Every effort matters. There is no shortcut. There is only the road, and the road is long, but it's worth it. So, when you hit those roadblocks, and you will, don't look for a quick way out. Don't get frustrated when things don't go as planned. Understand that setbacks are just setups for your future victories. They're preparing you for what's ahead. Keep going. Keep pushing forward. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. Because at the end of the day, success isn't just about what you achieve. It's about who you become on the way there. It's about the strength you build, the lessons you learn, and the person you grow into through the process. and there's no shortcut to that kind of growth. If you're in this for the long haul, there's only one thing to do. Keep moving, keep grinding, and know that there's no shortcut to greatness. The truth is simple. There is no shortcut, no easy way out. And that's okay, because the process, the journey, it's where you're meant to be. Every hour of work, every sacrifice, every late night, every failure, all of it counts. It shapes you into the person who has what it takes to handle success when it finally comes. Those moments when you're tempted to quit or take the easy way out, those are the defining moments. That's when your true character is tested. It's easy to keep going when everything's going your way. It's easy to keep moving when the world is cheering you on. But the real strength, the real success, comes from pushing through when it feels like the whole world is against you. When you push through those moments, you build a foundation that nothing can destroy. And here's the kicker. The longer you go, the more you realize that the struggle, the grind, it's worth it. You learn things about yourself you would never have discovered otherwise. You become stronger, more resilient, more confident. You start to see failure not as the end, but as part of the journey. Because you know that as long as you keep moving forward, there's no stopping you. So, the next time someone tells you there's a shortcut, or you start looking for a way to fast-track your success, remember, the shortcut is the long road itself. Embrace the challenges, embrace the setbacks, and embrace the process. Because it's all part of your story, the story of someone who didn't take the easy way out, but built something meaningful, something lasting, with their own hands, sweat, and tears. And when you finally reach that success you've worked for, you'll look back and see that the journey was the real reward. The person you became, the lessons you learned, the strength you built, all of it will be worth it. Because in the end, the only shortcut to greatness is the one that doesn't exist. And that's exactly how it should be. So, take a deep breath. Stay the course. There is no shortcut. And that's exactly how it's supposed to be. Keep moving. Keep growing. Keep striving. Because greatness is built on the long road, and you're walking it, step by step. Most people don't understand what it really takes to win. They think success is about luck. They think it's about talent. They think it's about who you know. But real success, real greatness, that's built in the mind first. That's built in the dark, in the struggle, in the moments when nobody is watching. If you want to be strong, you must train your mind like a warrior. Warriors are not born, they are made. They are shaped by discipline, by pain, by sacrifice. The mind is like a muscle. It grows when you push it past its limits. But most people never do. Most people stop when it gets uncomfortable. They stop when it hurts. They stop when they feel tired. And that is why most people never rise above average. A warrior doesn't wait for motivation. A warrior doesn't wait to feel ready. A warrior acts. A warrior wakes up every day with a mission. It doesn't matter if they feel tired, if they feel discouraged, if they feel weak. They show up anyway. They put in the work. They train their mind to push through every obstacle. The mind is everything. If you control your mind, you control your life. If your mind is weak, your body will follow. Your decisions will follow. Your future will follow. But if your mind is strong, nothing can break you. No failure, no setback, no disappointment can stop you. Most people talk about goals. They write them down. They dream about them. But warriors don't just talk. They execute. They take action. They don't say, one day I'll be successful. They say, today I will get closer. They don't make excuses. They find a way. Think about the hardest thing you've ever done in your life. The thing that pushed you to your limit. the thing that made you doubt yourself, the thing that made you want to quit. But you didn't. You pushed through. You survived. And now, that moment is part of you. It made you stronger. It made you tougher. That is proof of what you are capable of. And yet most people forget. They forget how powerful they are. They let fear creep in. They let doubt take over. They tell themselves, I'm not strong enough. I'm not good enough. But warriors don't listen to doubt. They silence it. They overpower it. You must train your mind like a warrior. You must put yourself in situations that test you. You must do the hard things even when you don't want to. Wake up early. Work out when you're tired. Study when you don't feel like it. Show up even when nobody claps for you. Keep going even when you don't see results. That is how you build mental toughness. That is how you train your mind. Most people quit because they expect results too soon. They work hard for a week, for a month, and when they don't see success, they stop. But warriors understand the process. They understand that real results take time. They know that every day they put in work, they are getting better, even if they can't see it. A warrior never breaks under pressure. When life gets hard, they get harder. When things don't go their way, they adjust. They adapt. They refuse to back down because they know that every challenge is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a lesson. Every obstacle is a test. And here's the truth. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to wake you up early. Nobody's going to push you to train harder. Nobody's going to make you chase your dreams. That is on you. It's your responsibility. You either take control of your life or you let life control you. You either train your mind to be strong or you let it stay weak. There is no in between. Every day you have a choice. You can stay the same, live the same life, make the same excuses. Or you can decide that today is the day you change. Today is the day you stop waiting. Today is the day you stop hoping and start doing. Warriors don't fear failure. They embrace it. They know that every failure is a step closer to success. They know that mistakes are proof they are trying. They don't let fear control them. They don't let fear stop them. They feel fear and move forward anyway. So ask yourself, are you ready to train your mind like a warrior? Are you ready to commit? Are you ready to push past your limits? Are you ready to fight for the life you want? Because if you are, then it's time to stop talking. It's time to stop dreaming. It's time to start acting. Train your mind. Strengthen your will. Become unstoppable. And remember this, a warrior never stops. A warrior never gives up. A warrior never settles. And neither should you. Now go, train your mind. Train your body. Train your life. And become who you were meant to be. Every single day is a test. Life is not going to hand you what you want. It will test you, push you, challenge you, and try to break you. And most people crack under pressure. Most people fold when it gets hard. They back down. They settle. They accept defeat. But you are not most people. You have a fire inside you. A voice in your head that tells you to keep going. A hunger to be better, to be stronger, to be greater. But that fire, that hunger, it needs to be fed. It needs to be sharpened, strengthened, and trained. Because here's the truth. You can train your body all you want, but if your mind is weak, you will always break. If your mind is not conditioned to handle pressure, you will quit the moment things get uncomfortable. That's why you must train your mind like a warrior. You must prepare yourself for battle every single day. Warriors don't just fight when it's convenient. They don't just push themselves when they feel motivated. They show up no matter what. They don't care if they're tired. They don't care if they're sore. They don't care if they failed yesterday. They don't care if nobody believes in them. They show up, they work, they fight, because that is what warriors do. Most people wait until they feel ready. They wait for the perfect moment. They wait for motivation. But warriors know that motivation is unreliable. Discipline is the key. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline stays. Discipline is what gets you up when you don't want to move. Discipline is what makes you push harder when every muscle in your body is screaming to stop. Discipline is what separates the weak from the strong. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have the discipline to do the work, you will fail. If you don't have the discipline to wake up early, to stay focused, to push through pain, then you will never reach your potential. It's not about talent. It's not about luck. It's about who is willing to suffer more. The greatest warriors are the ones who have suffered the most. They are the ones who have been beaten, broken, and knocked down, but refused to stay down. They got back up. They kept going. They learned how to turn pain into power. So the question is, can you suffer for your dream? Can you endure the pain? Can you embrace the struggle? Because that is what it takes. The world does not care about excuses. The world does not care about how hard it is. The world will not wait for you to be ready. It will keep moving, keep spinning, keep testing you. Either you rise, or you get left behind. Excuses are for the weak. Excuses are the stories we tell ourselves to justify why we didn't give it our all. But warriors don't waste time with excuses. They take responsibility. They own their choices. They own their failures. They don't say, I didn't have time. They make time. They don't say, I was too tired. They push through. They don't say, I wasn't motivated. They take action anyway. Because a warrior understands one simple truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to wake you up and force you to train. Nobody is going to push you past your limits. That is your job. That is your responsibility. The moment you take ownership of your life, everything changes. The moment you stop making excuses and start putting in the work, you unlock a new level of strength, a new level of power, a new version of yourself that you never even knew existed. Pain is your greatest teacher. Most people run from pain. They avoid discomfort. They stay in their comfort zone where it's safe. But warriors lean into pain. They embrace the suffering because they know that pain is the price of greatness. Pain is the pathway to strength. Pain is the fire that forges champions. So don't run from pain. Use it. Let it fuel you. Let it shape you. Let it make you stronger. When you feel tired, push harder. When you feel weak, keep moving. When you feel like quitting, remember why you started. Your mind is your greatest weapon. But like any weapon, it must be sharpened. It must be trained. It must be tested in battle. The thoughts you allow into your mind will shape your future. If you fill your mind with doubt, with negativity, with fear, then that is what you will become. But if you fill your mind with strength, with belief, with unstoppable determination, then nothing can break you. So guard your mind, train it, strengthen it, condition it to be unshakable. A weak mind will always surrender. A strong mind never backs down. You have one life. Own it. Look in the mirror. That person staring back at you, that is your competition. Not the person next to you. Not your friends. Not your family. You. Your only mission in life is to be better than you were yesterday. Stronger than you were yesterday. Smarter than you were yesterday. Because at the end of the day, the only person who can stop you is you. You were born to be great. You were born to be strong. You were born to rise above. But none of that will happen unless you decide to make it happen. So what are you going to do? Are you going to keep making excuses? Are you going to keep waiting for the right moment? Or are you going to rise up and take what's yours? The choice is yours. The time is now. Train your mind like a warrior and become unstoppable. The world is full of people who start and never finish, full of people who dream but never act, full of people who talk about what they're going to do but never follow through. You are not going to be one of those people, because warriors finish what they start. A warrior doesn't just start strong, they end strong. When they commit to something, they see it through. No matter how hard it gets, no matter how many obstacles stand in their way, no matter how long it takes. Most people give up when the excitement fades. They love the idea of success. They love the thought of being great. But when the struggle comes, when the work gets hard, when the results don't show up overnight, they quit. They tell themselves it wasn't meant to be. But warriors don't wait for perfect conditions. They don't wait for everything to feel right. They push forward when everything in their body is telling them to stop. Because a warrior understands one thing: the battle is won in the mind first. Discomfort is your greatest ally. Most people avoid discomfort. They don't like pain. They don't like struggle. They want things to be easy. But if you live for comfort, you will never be great. Every time you push through pain, you grow. Every time you do something difficult, your mind gets stronger. Every time you refuse to quit, you become more powerful. Comfort is the enemy of progress. Every champion, every warrior, every legend has one thing in common. They mastered the art of discomfort. They learned to love the hard days. They trained their minds to push through suffering. They didn't just accept the grind, they embraced it. Nobody cares. Keep going. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you feel like nothing is working. You're going to have days where you feel like quitting. And here's the hard truth. Nobody cares. Nobody cares how tired you are. Nobody cares how stressed you feel. Nobody cares how hard it is. You still have to show up. You still have to put in the work. You still have to fight. The moment you understand that, you become unstoppable. The world does not owe you anything. If you want something, go get it. If you want to be great, earn it. If you want to be the best, work for it. Excuses don't win battles. Warriors do. Fall in love with the process. Everyone wants the reward. Everyone wants the success, the fame, the recognition. But very few are willing to fall in love with the process. The early mornings, the late nights, the failures, the setbacks, the days where nothing seems to be working. This is where greatness is built. Not in the spotlight, not on stage, not when everyone is watching, but in the moments when no one is there. It's in the gym before the sun rises. It's in the study room when your friends are out partying. It's in the extra hours you put in when no one is pushing you. That's where champions are made. So don't chase the outcome. Chase the work. Chase the grind. Chase the discipline. Because if you do, the results will come. Your mind is your strongest weapon. Your body will break down before your mind does. Your muscles will get tired. Your energy will run low. Your body will scream for you to stop. But your mind can keep going. You have to learn to talk to yourself, to coach yourself, to remind yourself why you started. Tell yourself, I am built for this. I can handle this. I will not stop. Because once your mind believes it, your body will follow. Everything comes with a price. The question is, are you willing to pay it? Are you willing to wake up early when everyone else is sleeping? Are you willing to work when others are resting? Are you willing to suffer so that one day you can reap the rewards? Success is not free. It is earned through blood, sweat, and sacrifice. The question is, what are you willing to give up to get what you want? Most people aren't willing to give up anything. They want success without sacrifice. They want greatness without struggle. But warriors know that sacrifice is the price of greatness. You can't have both. You can't be great and be comfortable. You can't be legendary and live an easy life. You must choose comfort or greatness, mediocrity or mastery, excuses or results. But you can't have both. What are you going to do? So here's the question. What are you going to do? Are you going to stay the same? Are you going to keep making excuses? Are you going to keep waiting for the right moment? Or are you going to step up? Are you going to commit? Are you going to push past your limits and train your mind like a warrior? Because if you do, there is nothing you can't achieve. Your life is in your hands. Your future is waiting. But nobody is going to hand it to you. You have to take it. You have to fight for it. You have to earn it. And if you do, if you refuse to quit, if you train your mind to be unstoppable, if you push through the pain, then one day you will look back and realize you became everything you were meant to be. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop hesitating. Train your mind like a warrior and take what's yours. Listen, man, you ever wake up and just feel like you're running in place? Like you're grinding but not moving? Like every single day is just a repeat of the last? You wake up, check your phone, scroll through people living their best lives, and you're just there, stuck, watching, wishing, wondering when your time is going to come. Let me tell you something. Your time isn't coming. Not unless you get up and go get it. Success isn't a package that gets delivered to your doorstep. It's not something you stumble upon. It's not something you wait for. It's something you take. So bro, what are you doing with your life? You want more, but you keep doing the same thing every day. You want change, but you refuse to change. You're waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, the perfect motivation to hit. But that moment doesn't exist. Perfection is a lie. The only thing that exists is now. Every second you waste is a second you will never get back. You will never be this young again. You will never have this moment again. You will never have this opportunity again. And while you sit there thinking about whether or not you should go for it, someone else is already out there making moves, grinding, getting ahead. The world doesn't slow down for you. Nobody's waiting for you to get your act together. Your dreams are out there, but they are being taken by the people who are willing to fight for them. How long are you going to keep making excuses? How long are you going to keep waiting? How long are you going to keep telling yourself one day, like one day, is some magical land where all your dreams come true? Wake up. One day doesn't exist. Here's the truth you don't want to hear. Everything you don't have is because of you. Not your parents, not your circumstances, not your boss, not society. You. And the worst part? Deep down, you know it. You know you could be doing more. You know you could be better. You know you're capable of more. But instead of facing that truth, you numb yourself with distractions. You scroll. You binge watch. You stay in your comfort zone. But let me ask you this. Where has your comfort zone gotten you? What has staying comfortable done for you? The answer? Nothing. You either get excuses or results, but you don't get both. You ever see a champion? You ever see someone at the top of their game? Let me tell you something. They didn't get there by accident. They didn't wake up one day and suddenly become great. They worked every day when they didn't feel like it, when they were tired, when they were doubting themselves. They showed up. That's the difference. The people who win in life, they show up every single day no matter what. You think you're grinding? You're not. Winners work when everyone else is sleeping. Winners push when everyone else is taking a break. Winners fight when everyone else is quitting. You have to outwork everybody, because guess what? Someone else out there wants the same thing you want, and they are willing to do whatever it takes to get it. Are you? I know what you're thinking, but life is unfair. But I had a rough start, but I'm struggling. Nobody cares. That's the cold, hard truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is going to hand you a better life. Nobody is going to knock on your door and give you your dreams. The only person that can change your life is you. Stop looking for sympathy. Stop waiting for someone to feel bad for you. Get up. Get to work. Make it happen. What if for the next year you gave it everything you had? No half efforts, no laziness, no distractions, just pure, relentless focus. What if you worked harder than you ever have before? What if you stopped making excuses? What if you stopped waiting for motivation and started creating discipline? What if you finally became the person you were meant to be? What if? Think about that. You keep acting like you have forever. But let me tell you something. You don't. Time is running out. The clock is ticking. One day, you're going to wake up, and you won't have any more chances left. You'll be old, full of regrets, wishing you had just taken action when you had the chance. Do you want to be that guy? The guy who looks back and realizes he wasted his entire life waiting? Or do you want to be the guy who went for it, who gave it everything, who left nothing on the table? Bro, it's time to wake up. Enough waiting. Enough doubting. Enough procrastinating. You have one life, one chance to make it count, one chance to build the life you want, one chance to be the person you were meant to be. So, what are you going to do? Are you going to keep waiting, keep dreaming, keep making excuses? Or are you going to wake up, take action, and finally go all in? The choice is yours. Nobody can make it for you. No more waiting. No more wasting. You've already wasted enough time. You've already let too many days slip by. And the truth, time doesn't wait for you. While you sit there thinking, maybe tomorrow, someone else is taking action today. While you complain about how unfair life is, someone else is making moves. While you hesitate, while you doubt, while you fear failure, someone else is grinding, learning, improving. You could have started last year. You could have been miles ahead by now. But instead, you let another year go by, another month, another week, another day. And here you are, still talking about what you want to do. But here's the good news. You can change everything, right now. Forget yesterday, forget last year, forget all the times you failed. None of that matters. What matters is right now. Right now, you can decide to change. Right now, you can make the choice to get serious. Right now, you can stop waiting and start working. Because here's the truth. If you don't change today, you won't change tomorrow. I'll start on Monday. Next month I'll be ready. The timing isn't right. Lies. All of it. If you really wanted it, you'd start now. Period. So stop lying to yourself. Stop pretending you don't have control. You do. You always have. You just haven't used it. Until now. Forget motivation. Forget inspiration. You know what winners rely on? Discipline. You won't always feel like working. You won't always feel like grinding. You won't always feel like waking up early, staying up late, or sacrificing comfort. Do it anyway. That's discipline. Discipline is doing what needs to be done. whether you feel like it or not. Discipline is showing up every single day, even when you're tired, even when you're frustrated, even when you don't see progress. That's why most people fail. They only work when they feel like it. But the winners, the ones at the top, they show up every damn day. They put in the hours when nobody's watching. They push through when it's hard. They grind when it's uncomfortable. And guess what? That's why they win. Your excuses are a lie. I don't have time. I'm too tired. I don't know where to start. I don't have the right connections. Stop. Just stop. You have time. You're just wasting it. You have energy. You're just not using it. You can start. You're just afraid. Every excuse you make is just a way to let yourself off the hook. And while you sit there making excuses, someone else is finding a way. Successful people don't have fewer problems. They don't have more time. They don't have better luck. They just refuse to make excuses. So what's it going to be? More excuses or real action? Let's be real. Success isn't easy. It requires sacrifice. It requires pain. It requires doing what others won't, so you can live how others can't. So what are you willing to give up? Your distractions? Your bad habits? Your comfort? Because the truth is, you can't have it all. You can't have a millionaire mindset and still live with a broke mentality. You can't get in the best shape of your life while eating garbage and skipping workouts. You can't build an empire while wasting hours on nonsense. Success demands a price, and most people aren't willing to pay it. Are you? Do the hard things you want to be great. Start doing hard things. Wake up early when you don't feel like it. Go to the gym when you're tired. Put in extra hours when everyone else is resting. Say no to distractions when everyone else is saying yes. That's how you separate yourself. That's how you level up. That's how you go from average to unstoppable. Because every time you choose the easy way, you stay exactly where you are. And let's be real. Where you are isn't good enough. You're going to fail. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall flat on your face. Good. Because failure isn't the opposite of success. It's part of it. Every winner you admire has failed more times than you've even tried. Failure is where you learn. Failure is where you grow. Failure is where you toughen up. But here's the key. You can't quit. You can't let failure break you. You can't let it make you weak. You can't let it make you stop. Because if you stop, if you quit, if you give up, that's the only real failure. So fail, and then get back up, and keep going. Are you really okay with being average? Are you really okay with just existing instead of living? Because that's what most people do. They just exist. They wake up, go to work, go home, waste time, sleep, and repeat. And then they die. No impact, no legacy, no dreams fulfilled. Is that really the life you want? Because if it's not, then do something about it. This is it. This is your wake-up call. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more being okay with mediocrity. Because guess what? Time is running out. And you are either going to be a success story or a cautionary tale. You are either going to look back on your life with pride or regret. You are either going to win or wonder what could have been. And the choice is 100% yours. So bro, what are you doing with your life? Because if the answer isn't everything in my power to be the best version of myself, then you are wasting it. The clock is ticking. What are you waiting for? You still think you have time, don't you? You still think you can coast, procrastinate, and take your time figuring things out. Let me tell you something. Time isn't waiting for you. Every second, every minute, every hour that slips away is one you will never get back. And And while you're sitting here thinking about making a change, someone else is out there making moves. Someone else is working harder than you. Someone else is pushing themselves when you're resting. Someone else is stacking wins while you're still waiting for the right time. Wake up, bro. There is no right time. The only time is now. Stop living for tomorrow. Tomorrow isn't promised. How many times have you told yourself, I'll start next week? I'll get serious after this. I just need to wait for the perfect moment. Let me ask you something. How many of those moments have actually come? Because if you're honest with yourself, you'll realize they never do. Tomorrow becomes next week. Next week becomes next month. Next month becomes next year. And before you know it, you're out of time. You have been waiting long enough. Your dreams, they aren't going to wait. Your goals, they aren't going to chase you. It's either you take action now, or you wake up one day wondering where the time went. And trust me, regret hurts more than discipline. You know why you aren't where you want to be? Because you're comfortable. You're comfortable waking up late. You're comfortable playing it safe. You're comfortable staying the same. And that comfort, it's keeping you stuck. Nothing great comes from comfort. Nothing great comes from easy. Nothing great comes without sacrifice. The ones who win, they are the ones willing to suffer. They are the ones who embrace the pain that others run from. They are the ones who don't just dream about success, they demand it. So let me ask you, are you demanding success, or are you just hoping for it? Because hope won't get you anywhere. Only action will. I need you to understand something. Nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's going to wake you up and make you work. Nobody is going to hand you success. This is on you. You have two choices. Keep waiting. Keep making excuses. Keep pretending like you have all the time in the world. Or take control of your life and start executing like your future depends on it, because it does. Because if you don't step up, if you don't take ownership of your life, if you don't push yourself beyond your comfort zone, then nothing is going to change. Not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Everything you want is on the other side of sacrifice. You want to be successful, you're going to have to give something up. You can't have greatness and still live like everyone else. You can't be extraordinary and still act like an average person. You can't achieve your dreams and still do the same things that have been keeping you stuck. It's time to cut the nonsense. Cut the late nights watching useless content. Cut the distractions that do nothing for you. Cut the people who keep you comfortable in mediocrity. Start prioritizing what actually matters. Your goals, your discipline, your future. Because guess what? You don't get to have both. You don't get to chase your dreams and stay the same. You have to make a choice. What means more to you? Your future or your excuses? The difference between winners and losers? Winners fall in love with the process. They don't just chase the result. They respect the grind. They don't wait for motivation. They show up anyway. Most people quit when it gets hard. Most people stop when it's uncomfortable. But you need to do the opposite. You need to push harder when it gets tough. You need to go even further when you want to stop. You need to show up when nobody else does. Because the ones who go all in are the ones who make it. The ones who refuse to quit are the ones who win. So tell me, are you one of them? The final question is, who are you going to be? When your time is up, when your life is over, and you look back, what are you going to see? A life full of regret? A life full of excuses? A life of wasted potential? Or a life of purpose? A life of relentless pursuit. A life where you gave everything you had. You are writing that story right now. Every decision you make, every action you take, every single moment, it all matters. So I'll ask you again, bro, what are you doing with your life? Are you going to keep waiting? Or are you finally going to wake up and take control? Because this is your moment. This is your time. This is your life. Now go make something of it.